Good afternoon. Welcome to yet another episode of Theali's special program. Good afternoon from the library of IBC. We are joined here today by our very founder of IBC, Venerable Wei Wu. Good afternoon, Shifu.
Good afternoon.
Indeed, it's a privilege and an honor for me for this unprecedented conversation with you today. To begin with, I would like to ask you on your idea of Buddhist education, and perhaps if you can explain how anyone can access that opportunity through IBC.
Buddhist monasteries has always been the education center. The teaching of the Buddha is an education. So it is our hope that with IBC we can revive the great ancient spirit of institutions like Nalanda and Vikramasila, and of course other monastic institutions in countries like Sri Lanka and other places. We provide education in English and Chinese to attract students from different countries, where these students from different Buddhist traditions, different cultures can come together and learn from each other and then go back and serve their respective countries. This is the whole idea of setting up IBC.
Could you share us your challenges that you may have faced initially in establishing IBC?
Before I share with you on the challenges, I have to make one very important point about the whole idea of establishing IBC. The credit should go to two other persons. One is Venerable Professor Dhamajoti. He was my very good friend. We studied in the same university in New Zealand. In the early 70s, we parted. And then he ended up in Sri Lanka, became very serious in Buddhist studies, and became a very good professor. With his connection, we started to organize or to offer diploma and degree courses of Sri Lankan Buddhist universities. Then we had many good Sri Lankan professors. Professor Karunadasa, when he came to teach in Malaysia, he saw Southeast Asia as a very interesting place where different Buddhist traditions meet together. And so he suggested the idea of establishing a university that embraces the three major Buddhist traditions. A big challenge is we don't have among ourselves people who are good to directly communicate in Thai. So a lot of our documents are written in English, and then when we submit them to the authorities, they are translated into Thai. But we don't know whether the Thai version is exactly the same as the original English version. So I hope that young people, future of IBC leaders,
of course, yes,
they will learn Thai so that they can communicate directly with the people in charge. Otherwise, it's fine. I think Thailand is a beautiful country. Most important, it is very, very open.
Tell us more about the journey, 14 years of establishment. Are you satisfied with the accomplishment?
Oh, I must think back. I always remember a person who walked these 14 years with me. It's Dr. Pa Ching. So I think next time you ask Dr. Pa Ching, he will have more stories, more interesting stories to tell you.
What future plans you have for IBC?
We would like to now seriously consider setting up secular courses that we have accumulated this 20 to 30 years experience. So courses on early childhood education, geriatric nursing, Buddhist psychotherapy, counseling, and Chinese medicine. But when I say this, we want to offer these courses with Buddhist flavor. For example, if you run a kindergarten, we want to run one with a Buddhist flavor. It is very important for us to plant the seed very early.
Yes.
Nowadays, the kids are exposed to internet, they just play with their smartphone. If you start even at the primary school level, I think it's already too late.
Do you also encourage others to follow the similar ideology that Shufu just spoke about?
Before we established IBC, I was in Kuala Lumpur to do fundraising and student recruitment, explaining that we are going to start IBC. Then one person in the audience, he is a very sincere Buddhist, he asked a question. He said, are there not already 2 Buddhist universities in Thailand financially supported by government? Why do you want to go and start a 3rd one? Then I asked the person, yes, Thailand is a Buddhist country. Do you know how many Christian universities there are there? Obviously, he didn't know. If he had known, he wouldn't have asked the question. Then I say, 7. He was, of course, surprised. So today, we are already very far behind in terms of promoting a religious education compared with Christianity, even with Islam. So we need more Buddhist colleges, more university to produce a future generation of quality Buddhist leaders.
Absolutely. Do you also distinctively remember any memory of IBC having any difficulties or your happiest moment about IBC?
Well, let me share with you the happy moment. That happy moment was on the 20th of August 2008. And you might wonder why I can remember that date so easily. Because it's a 2008, 2008.
Oh, yes.
I didn't choose that date, We were going to have the first convocation for IBC. So I gave Venerable Professor Dhamajoti 2 dates to choose from. He chose that date. That was the first convocation where we had the first batch of BA graduates and MA graduates. That was the day I remember very well. It's a very happy day for all, not for me alone.
If you were to describe IBC in a sentence, what would it be?
Venerable Professor Dhamma Vihari had done that for us when he chose the motto for IBC. The IBC was established for the good of the many.
One last favor, request from Shufu. If you can share your thoughts or advice to our academic, our students, staff.
It is important for us to promote Buddhist education. And not only that, we must emphasize quality education. If we don't invest on education, Buddhism has no future. And I hope that our professors, our faculty staff, our students, our alumni will continue to support IBC so that we can become better and better every year.
Thank you. Thank you, Shivu, for your gem of wisdom and the advice that you shared this afternoon.